This is my A2B Shima 24. This video is about how I fitted the Bicygnals system to it. It wasn't straightforward. I will be doing a video about my experience with the A2B Shima, the pros, the cons, warts and all. The first problem I had was fitting the bracket to hold the Bicygnals. They do fit normal handlebars, but the Shima handlebars aren't normal. They're thicker in the middle and thinner at the ends. Slightly BMXy, about 33mm. So what I had to do was cut a piece of 3mm aluminium, bend the end over a broom handle, then cut a metal broom handle, drill it, pop rivet it, and then what I ended up doing was tie wrapping the thing to the handlebar stem. Sort of a stem, it's a square thing. But it works and it holds it quite firmly. It does oscillate a little bit when riding, but it would anyway, fitted to whatever bike you had. That is the underneath there. Let's have a look at the top. You can see the black tie wraps there. They don't look too bad. They are black, so they're blending a little bit. So that's the front. Now, as regards fitting the rear bracket, I created my own problem by having a suspension seat fitted. That's the one with the plastic bag around it there, to keep the dust off the moving parts. The hole for that is there in the bracket, but it won't fit because of the suspension seat. So what I had to do was tie wrap the bracket to the rack at the back. It's quite solid, it works okay. It's just that it looks like it's waiting to be knocked off. But apart from that, it's okay. So that might help if you've got a suspension seat on a Shima also. When I got the brackets fitted, I'm afraid this opened up a can of worms. Tested them off the bike a good few times, not a problem. But every time I had them on the bike and went for a ride, they failed. Wondered if it was EMF created by the electric bike. It was freezing at the time, I didn't know if it was the cold weather, so I had to do a few little tests to try and find out what was going off. Took the bike for a ride with the electrics off, still had the problem, so obviously it wasn't the EMF. Stuck the Bicygnals in the freezer, froze them for a good 15-20 minutes, they still worked, so it wasn't that. So I ended up taking off those red buttons you can see there. I took them off. I had to take it to bits, took those off, put plastic bags over the end, went for a ride. They worked fine. It was one of the switch mechanisms. So what I had to do was I had to file the locating holes in those red lugs to let them come out a bit further. And after that, they worked fine. And they've been excellent since. One word of warning: if you take them to bits to do this, the screws tend to fall out because you've just loosened everything up. So I've stuck some toilet paper in the bottom and a little piece of gaffer tape over the hole to stop that happening. One of these screws pulls a connector together, and if that connector isn't connected, the signals just go a bit crazy. So there you have it. They're the problems I had fitting the signals, but as you can see, it's up and running, working fine. And what happens is when you're riding the bike with this system on, you just feel that little bit safer, that people know what you're doing. The product is good. It just looks a little naff to me, but that's my personal opinion, which counts for very little. There you go. I hope that helps if you've got a Shima and you're fancying fitting these Bicygnals. They are good and you feel safer. I will post a video on the A2B bike itself, warts and all, later on. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Toodles.